بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. There are certain qualities and characteristics which themselves are not a sin, or they themselves are not something, they're not a sin. However, these things, these qualities and these attributes, they can have long-term detrimental effect on a person's life, his whole life. For example, we read the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-'ajzi wal kasal. So I seek refuge from, what does kasal mean? What does kaslan mean? Lazy. So laziness. If you're lazy, are you doing a sin? Not doing a sin. But this can have a long-term detrimental effect on how you live your life. That's what the Prophet ﷺ sought refuge from this. So laziness is something that is bad for your deen, bad for your religion. Do you understand? Similarly, one thing that we have to look at is maturity or immaturity. These are also things which will have a long-term effect on our life. Understand? And maybe 100 years ago, 150 years ago, people mature a lot quicker because they weren't pampered as much. Our life is very different. Like as soon as you get 12, 13, you have to start. You can't just sit around. Start doing something. Start earning money. Start doing something. If you go to some of those areas that are very much a lot poorer, where they don't have, like, school is not obligatory. You see from the age of 11, 12, kids are out pushing the carts, buying stuff, selling stuff, and they've got to make ends meet. So they mature. They learn how to deal with people, how to talk to people, get customers, wake up early on their own. Because if you don't get it, you're hungry. Do you understand? But because it's a ni'mah, we have the school system, we have lots of things, but it also kind of makes us all relax till our 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and still very immature. And this will then cause you don't make progress as a human being, and you don't make progress in religion. Like sometimes we just so caught up in the present, we don't zoom out and realize what we're doing to our lives. Yeah, so like, if for example, you spend 2 hours a night, or the weekend, 3-4 hours just watching movies, binge watching a series, just watching TikTok. So, okay, when are you going to stop this? Do you plan on stopping this? Like, just zoom out. Just look at yourself and say, look, this is me, and I'm zoomed out. Look at myself. I am 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm spending 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours just scrolling away on TikTok. Am I going to stop this ever, or am I going to keep this the rest of my life? What about job? What about marriage? If I'm spending 2-3 hours just doing it, is that going to have any mental health effect on me? Is it going to disrupt my mental way my mind works? Is it going to cause anxiety? Is it going to cause depression? Will I be able to retain a relationship with my wife? Will I be able to look after my children? Will I be able to sustain a job, provide money? Think about this. That what you're doing right now is not just about a game or just about passing time. It's about your life. Each individual is like each person is a real gem. You could change the whole ummah, each person. You could change the whole group. 10, 15 people, 20 people, 300 people, 400 people. But you have to realize what you're about. If you say, okay, your kids, you want to play. So you have maybe play some games here and there, but you spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours non-stop on the weekend. You're not able to make your bed. Your room is a mess. It's like a pigsty. You don't pick up the plate when you finish eating. You can't even be trusted to go shopping. So your parents are getting older and you still can't do the basics. You don't even know what groceries you need in the house. So I'm not talking religious aspect. It's normal as a human being. Like, when are you going to start becoming independent? When are you going to start being able to do something? When are you going to make use of your life? Become a person who can function in society. Becoming a person who can benefit himself and other people. Do you understand? So we have to do that. The immaturity is from Shaytan. Because it's going to keep us back in religion. Yes. Why, like, when you reach the age of 12, 13, why does your parents have to wake you up for Fajr? Like, aren't you responsible enough to get up for Fajr? Get up for yourself? Don't you have enough willpower to get out of bed yourself? So that means teenagers, you want to have respect. But you don't try to get respect by being a class clown. You don't get respect by trying to troll somebody on Twitter. Respect something you earn. So if you have dignity, you have self-control, you have willpower, you gain respect. That I'm a person responsible. I can take care of myself. I can go to sleep on time without my parents have to tell me. I can go to sleep without being addicted to my phone. I can wake up on time. I can get to school on time. I can have breakfast on time. I can be independent. My parents don't have to clean up after me. I can be independent. I can do my homework myself. I can structure my time. So really, when we're trying to act cool and act bad and all that, really, are we that strong? The Prophet ﷺ says in the hadith, لَيْسَ الشَّدِيدُ بِسُرْعَةٍ. Strength is not measured by your muscles. All the kids never want to go to the gym and lift weights and become strong. But the real strength is within you as a person. Can you control yourself? Do you have enough willpower to manage your life and say that here you are, controlling, you live your life without any supervision and you can manage. Say, yes, now you're a champion. You're a hero. This is it. It's not, these things don't make you a hero. Do you understand? So, but Shaytan puts these things in because why? It's not being immature. It's not a sin in itself. But it just shows that now this person he is going down a path where he's going to lose his capacity. Do you understand? So we have to look and zoom out our lives. Because sometimes if we look, the way the world we live in has full of ni'mah. Full of ni'mah. What's that English saying? That hard times create strong men. Yes? And strong and good times create weak men. So we live in good times. So we're weak. We don't have, everything's there in front of us. So we're becoming very, very weak in all aspects. So we just have to step back and say, well, how have I developed as a person? Where am I really standing right now? It's not about, again, it's a step back. I think, how grown up am I? How mature am I? What have I really reached in life? If you can't do these small things, then it's a bit worrying. Do you understand? It's a bit worrying. You can't even arrange your clothes properly. Dirty clothes, clean clothes. Your mom, you should be, I think I'm 11, okay, I'm 13, 14, I feel 18, 19, and which clothes are clean, which clothes are dirty. You got a pile of dirty clothes in the corner of a room. It might seem funny and we joke about it, oh, my room is dirty, but realistically, that shows that you're really incompetent. You don't have the competency. How are you going to manage a house? People, age of 20, 21, 22 to be married and having children. That means they could earn for themselves, provide shelter for their wives, look after children, earn, and we can't even keep our rooms clean. So there are many reasons, but sometimes that's why age of marriage getting older and older, because people just don't know, they're still very childish. Just think, oh, life's about TikTok and it's likes about Facebook, Instagram. Life is, this fake world, this masnu'i dunya, this fake world and cyber world is destroying us. Yes, you have fun, you have jokes. I'm not against that. But what I'm trying to say is, have you matured enough to say, well, I'm a capable human being? That's where you earn your credit. You understand? So yes, crack a joke, no problem. But are you still just so immature that in class to act dumb or to say something stupid, you're not really gaining respect. You're very, very childish. That's be worrying. So it's not about detention. It's not about punishment. It's this is a very worrying scenario. That person at the age of 17, 18, he still doesn't understand life. He just thinks life's a game. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not only about ilm, it's not only about ulama, but as a person, you have to develop, you have to become who can benefit yourself, benefit other people. You just can't be a waste man that don't know what life's about. Forget getting somewhere, you don't even know where you need to get. All you do is you have to walk up for school and you go to school. When you go to school, you just buzz in school. You come home, all you want to do is play on the computer, play on the games, on the phone. So thinking that, zoom out, what have you really, you're just destroying your life. The salahiyah, the capacity Allah has given you, just wasting it. You're not doing it for any good. And yes, we hopefully that many of you become ulama when you study, but even if not, become a decent person who, if you don't finish the course or you just stop after 2 years or 3 years, you're a person who has dignity, who has character, who has morals, who's helpful, he knows what's life, he's got wisdom. Nowadays, wisdom is completely gone, because why? We don't learn anything. We just sit down, we're just brain dead. Before you sit around the fire. In the Arab times, cooking or roasting, by the time you roast a sheep or roast a lamb, all the elders have you sit down, you hear stories. So you learn stories of wisdom, you learn morals, you learn how to deal with things. Now, none of these things, you don't know how to interact. You never know how to go to the shop, because why you go to Amazon and just buy it. No? It's true, so all of us, so it's easy for us. But how to interact, how to do this, all of these things, what's a good deal, what's not a good deal, control it. So all of these things we have to learn to make us better people. Do you understand? So don't just think of life as a play. Yes, I'm not expecting you to at the age of 12 or 13, to stop playing altogether, stop laughing, stop joking. But it's that each year you have to have some kind of maturity with you, that you understand, okay, when you're playing, you just play. But now you know it's class time, so now there's a maturity in class. When you have responsibility, okay, look, I've got to do certain chores. Why is it that, again, you're 16, 17, 18, why does your parents have to tell you, can you take dustbin out? Can you not, can you yourself not say, well, like when you reach age of 12, when you start earning, like some kids, even after you start earning because you have to, and the first thing you do is go and buy another phone, go and buy an Xbox, go and buy a PlayStation. You should be so mature and so have so much, by the time you reach that age, that you know what, I've got my first wage bill, this is for you, Dad, a gift. They probably won't take it. But that should be enough, you should have enough muru'ah and chivalry, that that's my first wage, Dad, you paid for me so much, here my first wage is hadiyah for you. You should say every year, that Dad, here's £1,000, Dad and Mom will go for Umrah. And they'll say, no, Bikra, keep it. You say, well, I'm going to pay, you should hide and take the bill and say, gas bill, I'm going to pay the gas bill. I'm going to pay the thing bill. You should think, okay, Dad, you know what, don't worry about the gas bill, let me know when the end comes to an end. I'll search up for all the things and I'll show you, this is the cheapest one. You should have these kind of things inside of you. You think, oh, it's winter. As soon as the snow falls, you should think, I'm mature enough. Let me go make sure clean outside the house and make sure that then you shouldn't be like your dad has to do this. You think, oh, it's winter. You have this maturity, this kind of responsibility. That I am a man. A man is not a person who can bully somebody else. A responsible man, a responsible woman who can lead, who can at least lead themselves, control themselves, think beyond themselves, not be a selfish person about me, my time, my phone, my likes. It's like, no, what do I do? How can I help out your mother, help out your father, help out the family, help out society? At the age of 18, 19, well, I'm free on the weekends. Is there I can help out in the masjid? Let me clean up the masjid. I'll go over the masjid on the weekends. I got nothing to do on the weekends. So these thoughts even come to our minds. What's our thoughts? Watch later on YouTube? What's my binge list on Netflix and on Amazon Prime, whatever, Disney, all of those? That's all we have. Our minds are just becoming like narrow. We have no understanding of the whole world. Yes, who are relatives? Who are we just know cousin? Or further, our extended family, who are they? Go and meet them, go and sit with them. All of these things make a person. We have to bring all of these characters into our life. Does everybody understand? So don't be immature. And immature doesn't mean playing. Everybody has maturity at their own level. You have at 12, you have to play, joke, mess around. Even when you get our age, you have to mess around and joke. You have to keep yourself fresh. But maturity means becoming responsible people, becoming mature, responsible of yourself. Does everybody understand? Yes? So don't think, oh, it's just nothing. Immaturity is a big problem. Shaytan will use that to make you a waste man, to make you waste your life. So in itself is not a problem. In itself is nothing haram in that. But this is Shaytan will use this to destroy you. Yes? So don't think that's something light or a joke. May Allah give us all tawfiq. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.